Calories in, calories out. I'm ashamed to say this is the framework that I too pushed for years, and this is what we were taught in all the textbooks and all the certification courses. But let's take a closer look at this. And I'm going to show you why this may not be the most helpful framework to look at health, weight loss, fat loss, and I'll tie it all together for you. Let's go to our handy dandy iPad. So what we've been told is that it's all about calories in versus calories out. And that if you want to lose weight, drop body fat, get healthy, what should you do? You should eat less and move more. But let's take a closer look at this. Imagine that I tell you that tomorrow you and I are going to one of the best parties ever, and it's got the top 5 chefs in the entire world. We need to show up super hungry. In order to increase hunger, we would eat less and move more. But that's exactly the same thing we're told to do to lose weight, get healthier, drop fat. It's the same thing we do when it comes time to increase our level of hunger. And what we know is that hunger in our modern food environment, full of delicious metabolism killing foods, this is the only plan that we have, is to eat less and move more. What we're left to is to avoid all the donuts, all the pizza, even the good foods like the genetically modified fruits and vegetables, tons of hormones in our meats and the mycoplastics, all of that stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm a recovering carboholic, so I know this stuff is delicious breakfast foods, some of my favorite foods ever, so I'm not throwing stones here. But we're left out in the modern food environment to lean on willpower. Now let's ask a question. If we have willpower on one hand, battling against hunger, one of the most primitive needs, the most basic needs that we have, what wins? Especially in our modern food environment. Hunger wins hands down. Willpower is not an effective strategy for pretty much anything. So let's go over here. This is what most clients tell me. The goal is we want to feel great, meaning we want to have tons of energy and be disease-free. We want to perform great. That means mental clarity, mental acuteness, mental sharpness, physical performance as well. And we want to look great naked in the mirror. When you pass by, you do that double take, or your partner be doing that double take, like, what's going on, baby? That means low body fat and muscles. That's what everybody wants. And we want to exist in the intersection here. But for this conversation, let us lean in a little bit more to the looks aspect, just for understanding. It's all connected, but for this conversation, we'll lean into the looks aspect of it. See, we've been told that calories in, calories out. But the truth of the matter is calories don't tell our body when to store fat and when to burn fat. What does? Hormones do that. Hormones signal to our body when to store and when to burn fat. And I'm going to oversimplify this a bit just to get the point across here. So don't come at me. I'm not an endocrinologist, although I do dabble. Let's break it down just for conversation, just for understanding here. We have 2 hormones at play that kind of represent 2 groups, really. Okay, hormone group A is increases appetite, increases cravings, and increases fat storage. That would be, drum roll please, insulin. Okay. Then we have its counterpart, and that would be glucagon, power level 500. No, it's not a Pokemon, it's a hormone. And that's the direct opposite. It would decrease your appetite, decrease cravings, and increase fat burn for energy. So let's refresh. When insulin, the hormone, is high, and glucagon, its counterpart, is low, we're storing fat. We're in fat storage mode. When insulin is low and glucagon is high, we're burning fat, where everybody wants to be. So now let's go to part 3. Again, when we wake up in the morning, after a period of not eating, assuming that you're not sleep eating during the night, what we see is glucagon levels are high, insulin levels are low, and we're burning fat. Burn fat. Let it burn. The problem here is we wake up, we're in that fat burn zone, and then we have breakfast full of, name them, you know them, bagels, toast, Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Flakes, getting a little hungry. And then we spike our insulin and drop our glucagon. And then it starts to try to make its way back down again. And then we have a little snack. What's your favorite snack? Name them. Then we spike it again. And then we go and it tries to drop back down. And then we have lunch. Probably got a little sandwich in there. Maybe a pizza. You go out for something even really nice. And then you spike it again. You know, God forbid, you might even have a beer.
Kill 4 bong hits, man. Beer, cheeseburger.
We spike it again with a little snack. You're getting hungry. You gotta have snack. And then you spike it again at dinner. And then you're sitting on the couch watching Netflix. And you gotta have a little bit of a snack. And then you spike it again. So literally we go throughout the whole day and we're never in fat burning zone because we keep spiking. And these are assuming generally pretty decent meals, okay? Meals that we all have all the time. They're not like the worst thing ever. They're not deep fried, double twisted, flip pamplemousse with a side of Twinkie, doing all types of crazy stuff to them, right? These are assuming generally healthy meals. And we have our energy is low. Our energy is terrible. We're not burning fat. And we enter into this state, eventually keep doing this, we keep spiking, where we need higher and higher levels of insulin produced by the pancreas to control the level of sugar in our blood, because it has to be at a certain point, right? It can't go past that. So we need more and more insulin to control that. And then we all know when you need more and more and more of something to get the same effect, and we become insulin resistant. We don't respond to it as well. Now, insulin resistance is a two-sided coin. The other side of that is not only are we not sensitive to the level of insulin being pumped, so we need more and more, but now we have a heightened level of insulin in our system, which also causes other issues. And we'll put up here the insulin resistance tree and all the issues that it leads up to, but we're not going to go into that today too deeply. That will be another video. So our energy, if we go back to what our goal was, our goal is to feel good, feel great, perform great, and look great. All of that is being compromised by this, what we just described here. Section 4. So what do? Well, we've now identified that the problem is not calories, all this different calories in, calories out actually makes no sense. It's a great way to be hungry, but it's not really what we're looking for. We're looking for what is our hormones signaling for our body to do with those calories. And we've identified that the issue here is that we're eating the wrong foods and we're eating too often, right? And I would also point that the third piece is that we live in a modern food environment where we also want to enjoy our life. So we have 3 very significant issues here. I propose to you 3 principles that will help tremendously. And if you want more information about this, I have created a 2-minute video that dives into specifically how I apply these principles for myself and my clients. Go ahead and send me a message, contact me somewhere around here, and you'll be able to get that for yourself as well, free. So what are those 3 principles? Principle number 1, we practice fasting. I've actually created an article that details all the different things that you need to know about short-term fasting or intermittent fasting, and then prolonged fasting, and then even detox, which falls under the umbrella of fasting, but it's not necessarily those other 2. Explain all that to you and all the resources. You can grab that for free somewhere around here. But first, we practice fasting. When we wake up in the morning, either late breakfast, you don't break your fast, so you are in that, your insulin is low, glucagon is high, you're burning fat, and you're in that state, and you extend that for a bit. Or you have an early dinner so you can start that process earlier. Super simple. Next, not telling you what to eat, etc., but these are the things that I will focus on and seeing results with, and that's focusing on animal protein when I eat, animal fat when I eat, and fibrous fruits and vegetables when I eat as well. Again, this works regardless of the diet that you choose, but these are the ones that I've seen better results with. And then the third principle is we practice the science of trophology, which is combining your foods correctly so that they digest properly. Okay, and this is something we break down as well in the Health Magna Carta doc that you can go with a lot more detail on, guys. But 3 simple principles that beat calories in, calories out by a mile, actually leverages the proven science to get you the results that you want, which is to look good, feel great, and perform at a high level mentally and physically. So if this was helpful to you, let me know so that I can make more content like this for you. And guys, until next time, peace.